We're here with Natalie Stovall on the drive, and I want to know how you'd best describe your music, how you would describe it, not how anybody else does.
Oh, I would describe our music fun and very live. I mean, we like to be very energetic because we kind of have lived on stage for so long. So
yeah. My mom's favorite music.
His mom's favorite. That's the best description ever.
Aren't all kids' music their mom's favorite music?
So I hope
Not
we're.
Joel's.
I think we finally convinced them. We finally convinced
We
them.
did.
I think they like it.
Yeah, I know. After almost a decade of touring, his parents came to a show for the first time. They're in California, so it's
Yeah, we're a long ways away.
But
yeah, they saw me. They like me now.
yeah,
Well, that's good.
Now they want me to go home.
They told me about 7 out of 10.
You can move back here.
So you all came to find each other. You knew which one did
Well,
you?
James and I, we met in college, and then when we moved back down to Nashville, which I'm from here, we moved back down to start putting the band together. We met Miguel on Craigslist.
We were looking for golf clubs.
We
We found Miguel.
found
It was
Miguel.
good. It worked out well.
Good trait.
Worked out well.
And then we met Zach through a mutual friend, and then Zach introduced us to Joel. So that's how we all came together.
So how did you know that it was going to stick? How did you know that this was it?
It was, it's not an instant thing, but you kind of have a feeling about people when you get in the room and you start playing together. And for us, once we started playing together as a group on the road, and, we had plenty of shows to work out the kinks and things, but it just, after a while, something just started clicking, and
I think when you spend so many hours together and you still have fun,
Yeah.
it's kind of when you start, it's like, this is a good thing.
Yeah.
We should do this more.
Yeah.
Well,
you know?
and what's cool about us, I think, is that we're a country band, but we're also an interesting conglomeration of all of our influences, and we're all influenced by very different people, which is cool. I think that's what makes us
And
unique.
to me, that's kind of where the time on the road really pans out, because it takes time for that stuff to emerge, and you see the commonalities of all that. And that can only really happen if you're, playing 180 shows a year like we have been for the last, almost better part of a decade.
Yeah.
It's kind of like going back to the question of how we describe our sound. It just sounds like us. It's very unique. It's each one of us put together, and that's
Yeah,
it's telling the
the
drive.
sum of the individual
Yeah.
parts, and that's what the drive is.
So you said influences. Everyone has different influences. So who influenced each one of you? What?
I mean, I would say Dave Matthews, U2, the two that influenced me the most.
I grew up listening to a lot of Tom Petty, and I grew up in Seattle, so there was sort of the Seattle, grunge element also, I guess.
I grew up, my strongest influences were Garth Brooks and Shania Twain, but also Michael Jackson and Aerosmith. So that was kind of my stuff.
I'm kind of more, I'm influenced by like early 70s Doobie Brothers, and then things like Motorhead and ZZ Top and, stuff like that. It's kind of my main.
And I grew up in Chile, so polka music.
Huge in Chile.
I grew up in Wisconsin, so I have a lot of polka music.
There you go.
So what do you, your live show is a big talk. Everyone who sees you is like, oh my gosh, their live show is amazing. And we watch the clips on your website. And so do you ever worry that, have you ever thought about doing like a live album to make sure that the live sound gets across?
I hope that we get to do a live album. I mean, that's something that I think we'll probably do many, many live albums. It's something that we haven't really been able to do it because it's just been the five of us, so having someone else record and do the whole thing hasn't been part of the thing yet. But I know that we'll do live albums. And it's one of the reasons, what?
I was like, we're not popular. We don't have
I know.
money to make
I
records.
know.
We're working on that, hopefully soon.
But I mean, in the future, that would probably be the best thing for you.
Yeah. And I mean, I've always had kind of ideas about which songs, that wouldn't necessarily make sense to put on a record, but they definitely go over so well with our live audience. I mean, they're some of the audience favorites, and so that would be the place where you could do that, is put that on a live record. So
I mean, our favorite thing that we do is play live. So, that's what we want to show people. We want people to come to our show.
yeah.
Who you said Shania Twain and Garth Brooks, but who was your favorite country music artist growing up? Any of you have any others?
I actually didn't grow up listening to country, but I have really grown to like it. One of my favorite songwriters now is Will Hogue, who's doing really well in Texas, and I love his songs. I love his music. I listen to it constantly. It's very good.
Travis Tritt. Huge Travis fan. Still am.
I was also kind of obsessed with Reba when I was little, so Reba was always someone that I looked up to.
I grew up I'm from Wyoming, so Chris Ledoux was actually really popular in Wyoming because he's from there, so I can remember that being one of the earliest influences that I had.
And to me, I didn't grow up like Joel, listening to country music, but the one that really grabbed my attention was Keith Urban, for sure.
I'm with you. Do you have it's getting loud out there. Do you have a career-defining moment that you're shooting for, something so big that if it all ended, it's all worth it because you had that one thing happen?
Paying off Joel's student loans.
Yes.
For all of us, I think we feel that way for Joel. We just want to get his
That's our
student loans
career-defining
paid off.
moment. If we can do that, we know we've made something of ourselves.
We've done all right. I can walk away and be happy.
He went to college for 7 years.
It was terrible. Terrible.
You know,
Just life decisions.
it's amazing to me. We've worked for so long trying to record an album that sounds like us and captures what we do live. And we just did that for the first time ever, where we all feel like this is us on a record. And for me, it's one of those things that we'll always have that, and we've been striving for that for so long. And to actually have this, recorded piece of music that is us, and it's me and my guys, and so that for me, it's already happened. I mean, and I hope that we can continue to do that. I don't want that to ever end. It's so I get all the hairspray to myself, so that's really good. I have the largest suitcase of everyone. If we had any other girls on the road with us, it would be.
She does have to fight for bathroom time.
I don't have to fight for bathroom time.
But she does have to tune out a lot of our humor.
Yeah, I have gotten very accustomed to guy humor, if you will, a lot more than I ever thought that I would be. But I don't know any different, and I can't imagine it any other way because this is my band of brothers. So
Are they protective of you?
Yes, they are. They are. It's very nice.
She doesn't need a lot of protecting. She's small, but she's feisty.
She's
You know what?
Yeah,
I needed a lot more protection kind of in the earlier years of touring when it was some of the grosser clubs and kind of, some of the places where, you kind of look around and you go, oh my gosh, I'm kind of scared right now. And so, they were, it's nice that they're also large and big dudes because, yeah.
What is a song that you, old, new, that you love so much that you wish you had written?
Devil Went Down to Georgia. That's mine. Wish I'd written.
Where the Streets Have No Name. You too.
Even if it breaks your heart.
Oh man, I don't know. You know what I'm really, really into right now is the new Eric Church song, "Hometown." I wish I had written that.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Twist?
Oh yeah.
I like
Twist.
it.
Awesome.
Learn something new every
Let's
day.
see.
But,
Maybe any Aerosmith song. Like, there are so many hits. It's like, pick one. Yeah, I'll take that one. I wish I'd written any of those. Yeah.
That's awesome.
If you could go out on tour with anyone, any choice at all, who would you pick?
I mean, Keith Urban.
Keith Urban.
I think we'd all.
Yeah, Keith Urban.
So if you see him, put in a good word
Yeah,
for
please.
us.
Hey, Keith.
Please, I want to open.
I wish I could see him. And that's the most popular answer we get to that question ever.
Dang it. Really? So you're saying there's a chance?
Everyone wants to open for Keith Urban.
I think Miranda Lambert will be fun
yeah.
too.
That would be amazing. Yeah.
I think you guys would get along.
Yeah, I would.
You're spunky like her.
Oh, thanks. I like that.
Who would be a dream collaboration, like to duet or collaborate with on a song in the studio?
For me to sing with or Natalie?
As a band.
Oh.
Oh, as a band.
What about Bruno Mars?
Oh,
That
that'd
would
be
be so fun.
amazing.
That'd be
Yeah,
really
that would
fun.
be really fun. Yeah. I know we were talking about some of our dream duet partners the other day, and Bruno Mars definitely came up, and Lenny Kravitz, and we were talking about kind of like crossing genre lines and how much fun that would be. But
Shakira.
oh, she can teach me some more dance moves.
For the record, Dave Grohl, if you're listening, we want to collaborate with you.
Yes, Dave Grohl.
listening.
Oh my gosh,
You, buddy.
I love you.
So it's like CMT Crossroads, take note.
Yes.
Pick one of these people.
Yeah.
Please,
Come on.
please, please.
Or
Where do we
just
sign up
come
for
over to
that?
my
We
house.
missed that.
Yeah, just come hang out with us.